Hello, it's me, Vicky, again. And in today's video, we're going to do some pronunciation practice and we're going to look at some words that are spelt the same in English but pronounced completely differently. Doesn't that drive you mad? I think that's quite unique to English. A lot of other languages, you never get that. But in English, unfortunately, there are many words that are spelt exactly the same but pronounced completely differently. Okay, number one. So, spelt the same but two different words. Read and read. So read, the first pronunciation, is the present tense of the verb to read. I read every day. Or do you read many books? The second pronunciation, which is spelt exactly the same, is read, the past tense. Did you read a book yesterday? Oh, sorry, that's not a good. I read a book yesterday. So, read, the present tense of this verb, and read is the past tense. Do you read many books? I read a book yesterday. So, read and read. At the end, we'll go back and practice these. Okay, number two, we have the pronunciation live and the pronunciation live. Okay, so live is the verb that you use when you ask people where they live. Where do you live? Yeah, I live in Spain. But live is completely different meaning, completely different meaning. If something is live, it's like it's happening now. For example, a concert. If it's live, you're watching it, it's not pre-recorded, it's live. You're watching it, it's happening now. For a concert or a television program. So we've got live and live. Number three, we have wind, the first pronunciation, and wind, the second pronunciation. So wind is like the weather, the wind. When it's windy, when there's a lot of air, wind. Also can mean gases for a person. If you have gases and you have wind, it's like, ooh, maybe after drinking a lot of Coca-Cola or a fizzy drink, you get wind. But the second meaning, the second pronunciation, wind, is completely different. A wind, like for example with a watch, you wind it up. Wind is something that turns around. You can wind up string, for example, you wind it up, cable, wind it up. And also a road can be windy when it goes from side to side. So we have wind and wind. Then we have wound and wound. Exactly the same pronunciation, completely different meaning. So, I can't remember which one. Wound is when you hurt yourself. If you cut yourself, you have a wound. Yeah? Wound is the past tense of wind. So you can wind string, and yesterday I wound some string. Past tense. So wound and wound. difficult, isn't it? Difficult. Then we have tear and tear. Tear, sorry. So, tear is when you're crying and a tear comes down your face. That's a tear. Tear is when you rip something up, you tear it. Yeah, when you destroy something, normally paper, you tear it. So, tear and tear. Number 6, we have bow and bow. So, both spelt the same, completely different meanings. So, bow is something you put in your hair maybe, or on a present, a gift bow, like a ribbon that you put in your hair. Also, it can be like a bow and arrow, you know, that you use to hunt. A bow, so it can be a hair ribbon or a bow and arrow, like Robin Hood had a bow and arrow. And then the second pronunciation, bow, this is what you do when you meet the Queen, for example, and you bow. Or it's what Japanese people do a lot, bow. So, bow and bow. Similar one, row and row. So the first pronunciation, row, this is in a boat and you row like the Vikings in the boat with the oars. You row the boat. Yeah. Row is an argument. If you have a row with someone, you have an argument with someone. So you've got row and row. Number 8, again, similar. Sow and sow. Sow, sow. And sow is like what you do in the fields, the farmers throwing the seeds. You sow seeds to grow vegetables. But sow, completely different, is a female pig. So sow to plant vegetables, etc. Sow, a female pig. Number 9, we have close and close. Close is when you close the door, close the window, close the lid on something. You shut. It's the same as shut. Shut and close. And close is when somebody or something is close to you. For example, the telephone. Yes. So close. The first one, sorry, close. When you close the door, close the window, etc. And close is when you keep something, when something is close to you. Yeah? So like the telephone is close to my ear. Yeah? Near. Close and near are very similar meanings. Okay, number 10. We have excuse and excuse. So, excuse, the first pronunciation, is a noun. What's your excuse? He gave me an excuse. I have no excuses. So your excuse is the reason you did something or didn't do something. Excuse is the verb. Like if you're saying, excuse me, you know, because you want to go past somebody. Please excuse me, or I excused him. In other words, you accepted someone's excuse. So, excuse, excuse. This one is an interesting one. So, the first one with the capital P is Polish. So, Polish is somebody who comes from Poland. So, a person who comes from Poland is Polish. And polish is when you shine something, you know, you polish it, like get rid of the dust. So you get a cloth, polish it. So completely different, but the same spelling. Polish, a person from Poland, and polish, to clean something with a duster. Number 12, we have lead and led. So when you lead someone, it means you, sorry, I just totally forgot what I was saying then. You lead, to lead, it's a verb. It's also a lead, a dog's lead, a lead that you put on the dog so that you can lead them when you go for a walk. Lead, however, is the metal, lead, that is in roofs normally or used in construction. So lead and lead. Another very strange one is because they're spelt the same but they mean completely different things. You've got number is one pronunciation, you probably know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, numbers. And then you have number, where the B is silent. And number is when you can't feel, you might say this finger is number than this finger. In other words, they're both a little bit numb, I can't feel them very well, but this one is number, is more numb. So number and number. Then number 14, we have dove and dove. So a dove, like a white dove of peace, is a bird. A dove is a bird. Dove is the past tense of the verb to dive, like when you dive into the water. So you have dove and dove. Then we have drawer and drawer. So a drawer is what you have in a cupboard. You know, you maybe put your socks in the drawer. You pull out the drawer, put in your clothes, put in your socks or whatever. But a drawer is a person who draws. And then, did you know there's two words, two completely different pronunciations of this word? Again, maybe a word you know, house, house, the house that you live in, and then house, house, house. If your house is a noun, yeah, it's the place that you live. To house is a verb, and that is when you give room to someone. Like you might say, I am housing a family of refugees. You know, I am giving a house to a family of refugees. So house, the noun, and house, the verb. Similar with this one, a noun and a verb. Use. The use of something is the noun, and to use is the verb. Use, use. And the last one. Again, we're looking at the difference between a noun and a verb. The first pronoun, we'll use the verb graduate. And the second pronunciation is the noun graduate. So there's to graduate and a graduate, and that is this pronunciation. Okay, well, I wanted to go through them all again, but I've got a feeling that my video has gone a bit strange, but we'll try. Number 1, read, read. Number 2, live, live. Number 3, wind, wind. Number 4, wound, wound. Number 5, tear, tear. Number 6, bow, bow. Number 7, row, row. Number 8, sow, sow. Number 9, close, close. Number 10, excuse, excuse. Number 11, Polish, polish. Number 12, lead, led. Number 13, number, number. Number 14, dove, dove. Number 15, draw, drawer. Number 16, house, house. Number 17, use, use. And number 18, graduate, graduate. Okay, I hope you found that useful. I hope the video turns out okay. It's one of those days today for gremlins, but thank you for watching. I will see you again very soon in the next video, and until then, as always, may your God go with you. Thank you.